Hey everyone, this is Misty with Nerd News Social, and today I'm having a look at a game called the Innsmouth Case by RobotPumpkin Games. Let's see. Go with the new game. Oh wow. Okay, little Cthulhu looking. Boston, Massachusetts, your office. Forward. We are fans of the strange world of Innsmouth, but we recognize the problematic beliefs of H.P. Lovecraft. This game has been produced by a group of people who believe in inclusion and equality. RobotPumpkin Games and Assembled Entertainment. That's nice. Alright, we're going to start. Your progress in the story will be saved at the end of each chapter. There are 35 chapters in total. At the end of a chapter, the screen fades to black, and a green save icon appears at the bottom right of the screen. We recommend that you always end the game after such save point to make sure none of your progress is lost. Okay. Boston, 21st of September. The last rays of sunshine filter through the blinds of your empty office. The pathetic stench of whiskey, cold cigarette smoke, and canned ravioli fills the air. Hey now, canned ravioli is good. The screeching tires. Tires with a Y. Okay. So, not American. And constant beeping of car horns out there on the street tell you that it's gone 8 p.m. People are on their way home, finishing their day. You should join them. All right. Oh, hey, neat. So it's a choose your own adventure style. I'm going to stay at my desk. Your day was long and frustrating. You are running out of ideas on how to handle the calls of people who want money from you. A cold shiver runs down your spine as you flick through a pile of unpaid bills. On top of the pile is a reminder from your landlady. You're 2 months behind on rent. The next one is a 3-figure invoice from a games company for in-app purchases. You tried to claim them as business expenses in your last investigation, but somehow your client refused to pay. Then there's the second reminder from your internet provider threatening to cut off your connection. You might take legal action because without the internet, you can't work or live. Oh, let's get a little... now, you know what? It's a noir sort of thing to do, a cigarette. You're toying with the ideal of a cigarette when you catch a glimpse of an unpaid bill from your doctor. Maybe you don't need a smoke after all. You breathe a deep sigh. It may not have been a successful day, but at least it's over. You're looking forward to a classic Friday night, watching old mystery series at home in sweatpants, and getting drunk on cheap booze. Since the early afternoon, you've been staring at the foreboding bottle of liquor at the other end of the room. Up until now, a vague sense of professionalism has kept you from drinking yourself into oblivion. Now nothing stands in the way. Oof. Oh. Do I want to know who it is, or do I want to hide from them? Yeah, just ask. The door slowly cracks open with a timid creak. An unknown guest pauses. Then, in a breathy and melodic tone, you hear a woman utter, "Hello?" Your insides cramp. You suddenly realize that you haven't cleaned your office at all this year. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to own it. I'm going to invite her in. By the light of the desk lamp, you now see more than a silhouette. A breathtaking woman lights up your office. No doubt older than 40, maybe even 50, hard to say. Clad in black, a skin-tight dress culminating in a decolleté that seems to defy the laws of gravity. Smoky eyeshadow, as dark as algae, washed ashore. Blonde, coiffed, waved hair under a dark beret. The faint light of setting sun catches in the strands of her hair, and you wonder how many heads this woman must have turned during her prime. She's completely different from your usual customers. Nervous bankers with sweat stains under their armpits, convinced their wives have something going on with the mailman. Every move she makes is calculated grace. Smooth as an eel, she walks towards you and sits down on the corner of your desk. Determined, she walks towards you and sits down on the corner of your desk, which is a little bold, or which makes me blush. I'm going to call that bold. Which is a little bold, without asking you first. But, as a professional, you're not giving away anything. She seems to want to play the seductive damsel in distress. The quiet, amused voice of your subconscious is pleased that this stranger may be sharing your enthusiasm for film noir cliches. A far louder voice is surprised that this woman seems to think that a sexy pose and revealing clothes could win you over. And both voices agree they don't like to be manipulated. You don't think the stranger perched on your table is trying to recover from a hard-working day as a lingerie model, and therefore you see no logical reason for her behavior. When she begins to speak, her voice is smoky and full of promise. My name is Delilah Marsh. I'm looking for a private investigator. I was told you are one of the best. Kiss her hand, you've come to the right place, or decline. You've come to the right place, lady. Seems like the right way to go. You've come to the right place, lady. What can I do for you? You sit back in your chair and fold your hands over your stomach. The woman seems a little irritated that her provocative behavior seems to have had no effect on you. She moves from the edge of the desk and sits down on the chair opposite you. Yes, She clears her throat. She continues to speak. The smoky seductiveness creeps back into her voice. My name is Delilah. I need help. Details? It's about my daughter, Tabitha. She has disappeared. You're pulling out paper and pencil. This is going to be a walk in the park. A walk in the kidnapped kids' park. Well, when did you last see her, and where? The woman puts on a fake smile. We live in Innsmouth. It's a small port town north of Aachen. You frown. This is a bit vague. What was your child doing when you last saw her? What hobbies does she have? Oh, kid stuff. They run around and play with their yo-yos, that sort of thing. Delilah nervously combs her hands through her hair. Okay, what's the question I want to ask? Does she have friends? Yo-yos? What about her father? What does your daughter look like? We'll start there. She's only 8 and the sweetest girl you can imagine. She's been missing without a trace since last week. None of her schoolmates have seen her, and no one knows where she might have gone. She hands you a photo. Look, this is my little munchkin. Hi! Good heavens, is this supposed to be a joke? Is this really the face of a child? Or a shoddy photo edit? Are you being filmed as part of a reality TV show? A bit of stomach acid and a last bite of lunch slowly but surely makes their way up into the back of your mouth. Ugh, I hate that feeling. Let's see. Throw up into the drawer of your desk or swallow. Swallow it? Come on. With narrow eyes, you swallow the bile and involuntarily pull a face. Delilah continues to look at you hopefully. She obviously didn't notice your little mishap. That was close and could have been unpleasant. I'm so desperate. Her eyes lock onto yours. Ask more questions about the case. I'm not going to say anything about this lady's kid. That's rude. Let's see. Does your daughter have any friends she might be staying with? Classmates, sports club members, anything like that? Delilah silently shakes her head. Very strange. You're going to ask if the girl had at least imaginary friends, but you hold back. What about her father? What about Tabitha's father? Are you separated? Often children reappear with family members. Delilah smiles sadly. My little ones can't swim well enough for that yet. Your pen remains on the same spot on the notepad. What was that supposed to mean? Well, let her talk. Delilah turns her gaze away from you and looks dreamily, no, longingly, out of the window. Her father was a fisherman, like most in the village. A few years ago, he went out to sea but never returned. His boat was washed ashore weeks later. His colleagues told me that he had finally followed the call of the waves. You keep quiet for a moment. Deceased family members are always a sensitive subject. My sincere condolences. She seems calm. Oh, somehow I knew that moment would come. I think my husband is in a better place now, and at some point, I'll join him. You take a closer look at Delilah's outfit. Judging by her behavior and clothes, you'd never have taken her for a fisherman's wife. Okay, I want more details. Give me the goods, lady. Tell me more. Yo-yos. Okay, I'm going to ask about the yo-yos. Hold on, yo-yos? Ring ring? Can you hear that? It's the 90s calling and they want their outdated toy back. Delilah blushes. Normally, you would find this quite attractive, but the case of a missing girl beckons, and you're utterly unconvinced by the way this woman pretends to be a mother. I gotta investigate. Something's fishy here. You have a nose for this sort of thing. That's why you became a private investigator. Or, to be more precise, that's why you took an online detective course that, for the one-off fee, provided the necessary qualification. It's time that you take your visitor to task. You get out of your chair. Innsmouth is several miles away from here. Why would you want to hire me? I wouldn't even hire myself. Delilah crosses her arms. What do you care? Do you want to be paid or not? Ooh, I could make money for those bills, or I could do more detective work. Right now, I just want the truth. You're sticking to your principles. That's exactly what you feel your instructor warned you about. Still, it feels good. Delilah takes a step back and releases her tightly crossed arms. I already tried loads of other investigators. Anyone who seemed trustworthy, really, but no luck. That's why I'm coming to you. Ouch. Ask more questions about the case? Delilah nervously combs her. Okay. I have no further questions, I guess is that. I've got no further questions, you mumble, more to yourself than to her. Delilah stretches her neck imperceptibly. No doubt she would like to take a look at your notebook. Your pen hovers over the notes you've taken. Missing daughter, dodgy lady. That's it. You've worked with less. All right. Are you going to take the case or not? You nod. A missing persons case. Nothing unusual. The conventional little girl runs away from home after reading her first romance novel. Usually they hide at the edge of the forest or in the library. Should be pretty straightforward. Before you can say anything, she drops a photo of the child and rolls a bill and a roll of bills on your desk. For your expenses. You nod slowly, trying not to drill down the front of your shirt. You haven't seen this much money in ages. You don't have much time to prepare. A quick search reveals that only one bus goes to Innsmouth, and only once a day. A pattern emerges in your research. A few news items related to this little coastal town are all about missing persons. In addition, you find some rather old-fashioned articles that praise the coastal town as a secret holiday destination. The best fish. Untouched beach promenade. Authentic fishing people are recurring buzzwords. Delilah has given you the address at which you're supposed to drop off her daughter as soon as you find her. She also wrote down her phone number on the child's photo. You take another look at the picture before you pack your things. Oh. All right. The next one you travel by bus or hitchhiking. Ooh, one could be so much more exciting than the other. But I'm going to take the bus. All right. And there you go. That was the first chapter. And that was quite an interesting tale. I want to thank you for sharing your time with me. This is definitely a game that I want to see to the end. It's an interesting story. I like kind of Lovecraftian tales. And I'm also a big fan of kind of like noir style of detective stories. Go ahead and hit that like button. Comment and let us know that you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to Nerd News Social for more first look game reviews, unboxing videos for cool tech and gadgets, and in-person coverage at events throughout the year. We also get the occasional interview done. Ring the bell and be reminded when new content goes live. Thank you again, and I'll see you in the next video.